You know, there was a time when it rained, boom, thunder, lightning strikes, wind blowing, every blah, 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 blah. There was a time when that happened. Man, it would surge like crazy on these apps. Now, well, just kidding. It's storming, but there ain't no surge. Let's go. All right, just popped off for up to 75%. I came into this charger at 3%. Today, came through all that rain and everything, I'm telling you, and not a lick of surge showed up. We got the app on now. We are riding on Premier only. We're in a good hot spot for a Saturday night. But I'm wondering how, listen, it's July 3rd. Happy pre-4th of July to everybody. But it's July 3rd, man. Friday night. The rain looks like it's clearing out. So we should get some business tonight. We should, because it's a holiday weekend. It's the only reason I brought my hind parts up here. Because really, honestly, I'm kind of over it. Like for the summer, it's kind of done. So today was one of those mental days, man, where I had a lot of stuff I needed to work through. Finances, trying to get all that shit together. And now that Amazon might become something, right? There's starting to be a little bit of money there. Not a lot, but a little bit. But over the long term, for the year, I'm going to get hit with all these taxes. Because with Amazon, outside of my, my Osmo 5 or my Google Pixel XL, right? There's not a lot of expenses into these products that I do reviews on. And I'd say 80% of the products that I do the reviews on, they're sent to me. So there's a whole tax liability there. Anyway, I was going through it with Gemini, trying to figure out how to separate this and this. And then you got whatever trading, which trading right now is not making any money, but it's about to make money. And so with that, I got to be able to figure out the difference between my own capital investment, if it's primarily my money or if it's prop firm money. And it's awesome because Gemini understands all of that. Gemini understands everything that I do and knows where I do it because I'm constantly using Gemini. So some people say, well, Vinny, AI knows everything. I got news for you. Your phone knows everything. Google already knows. You don't pay for Gmail. You don't pay for YouTube. You don't pay for any of this shit with Google Sheets or Docs. So you're the product, man. Never forget that. Anyway, so it was just a 4.5 hours of trying to separate. I felt like Tom Cruise in the Minority Report or Tony Stark's, you're sitting there and you're moving this here, moving that there. It was a mental day. I didn't even go to the gym. It was storming and thundering and lightning. That's no excuse. I could have walked right across, but I just ran into Richie Hustles here too. He got a quick $21 Premier ride out of here. Hey, I'm willing and able, Uber. I'm willing and able. Geez, it took forever to get that first ride, but hey, it was a $34 ride. With a $15 tip, 14.8 miles, 26 minutes for the win. Listen, man, I was ready to take my butt home. Like, I'm not going to lie. It was dragging, no rides, what the hell. But with all that rain, you didn't know if people were going to go out or not. So we're going to head back, try to get a couple more out of here because, this is what we do, but doesn't feel like a holiday weekend night. Now, I know a lot of people might be waiting for tomorrow night, but yo, this is Southeast Florida, man. These people party. Like, what the hell? All right, so we had a hiccup in the Matrix. One of the guys that I drive with, he had a little bit of a situation, and I just happened to be in the area. So I went over there and hung out with him for a little bit. Until they could work that thing out over there. But let me tell you, this is why no matter where you drive, right, you always got to know people. And having an app like Zello, a lot of people ask me, hey, Vinny, on your screenshots, what's that little brown ring up there? That's a Zello app, right? You can find it in your Play Store. It's free. And you can create a group, a walkie-talkie group. And this way, when you're out driving, God forbid something goes wrong, you get sick, get a flat tire, an accident, something crazy, something unexpected, you can call somebody and they can come, hang out with you, try to help you out, try to get you squared away. All right, so Listen, I'm not killing it up here at all. And I just looked at the airport, and the airport queue is super low. And they got a bunch of flights coming in between 10 and midnight, and it's 9:54 right now. So you know what? I think I'm going to do something really stupid. Yeah. Probably where I should have went to begin with. But you know what? The universe don't lie, bro. The universe had me up here for a reason tonight. Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's be stupid. So I tried to get ahead of maybe, we had the World Cup game today, Argentina and Cape Verde, right? Big game. So I turned on the app once I got close to the area in between the casino, the Hard Rock Casino, and the airport queue, because the queue is very low. And sure as shit, and I turn on the app, Premier Only. Look at this shit. 11-mile pickup. They send it as an exclusive. To go 11 miles to pick up, bring them almost all the way back for $31. This is why it's so difficult to maintain an acceptance rating. It's like, because you have a high acceptance rating, they think they got you by the fucking leash, right? But here's the trick. You get up enough, you can turn down a ride or two here or there. Anyway, the point is, they do that shit. And my buddy Richie, he's doing some X rides and some comfort rides. 6-mile pickup on an X ride. 7-8 miles pickup on an X. Like, who the fuck is going to do that shit? That's why I say, when there's demand, there's not enough cars. When there's demand, there's not enough cars. But they're not surging the area either. I don't know, bro. We're here. We're short. We're 21 to 25 in the queue on Premier, baby. Let's get one good one and call it a night.